you press the button?
Yeah, but yeah, we've been done. Press the buttons.
Oh, you were doing the show? Welcome to Jim and Dale Live, a.k.a. Jim and Dale Live, when we're streaming. Same show, same host, different name.
No, you got to say it like this. You got to say, welcome to Jim and Dale Live, Jim and Dale Live.
Live. Oh, man. I want to hear Vince say the word live.
Pal, that's how you say it.
Live.
Hey, buddy. What's going on, pal? I can't do the Vince, but it's fun to just do it, to say pal like that.
You
like,
just,
hey,
yeah,
pal.
just say like the 3 words that he knows.
Pal.
Pal, I need a steak wrap. It's a burrito, Vince. Steak wrap.
I need a turkey sandwich. What was that fucking? His lunch was always like a turkey sandwich and on wheat or something. He had some kind of crazy, like every single day.
I think it was just like a steak burrito. It was either a steak burrito that he called a wrap or a steak wrap that he called a burrito. I forgot which one it was.
Either way, it's good.
Yeah, it's
either way,
good.
It entertains me.
He's a character. They've had to bring him back on television lately because the ratings suck. They went down the wrong hole. Welcome to Jim and Dale Live. This is where I die.
Do you think he likes that or doesn't like that?
I think he hates it. He hasn't liked it or wanted to be on the program in a while, and he's done a very good job of not doing it. But every now and then, they kind of have to. And you can tell it's desperation time. And he doesn't really like it, but he's so good when he's out there. I know he's super old and decrepit. And he's so much better. He's a fucking charming old man, and he's so good at working the crowd.
Hey, pal.
And they love him, and then he's got them hating him. He's fucking great. I love Vince McMahon.
The walk.
And you got the walk, which now just scares me because he's old, and I'm like, don't go too wild with it.
Yeah,
you'll fall.
You strut when you should have strut, and then all of a sudden it pop.
And I'm always nervous about the rope entrance and the rope exit and the stairs. And I'm like, if it's gonna happen, this is where it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a fall right here. So yeah, Mean Gene Okerlund died as well, as long as we're talking about wrestling. They just had Hulk Hogan on Monday Night Raw out here doing a little tribute. It's like, oh, Gene, you're in heaven and you're fucking fabulous moolah, brother, and all this shit. And I was like, that was gross.
Did he say that?
It wasn't that vulgar, but he alluded, he's like, you only got 2 to choose from, brother. This one or that. I was like, okay, I'm sure there's more.
Well, it's China's female. No?
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe she went to the other one.
I mean, I think Vince would like that if that were the case, but I don't think she did.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was weird because this Hogan comes out, the segment, and I was like, oh, this is just going to be him put, nice words about Mean Gene, which is fine. And so, this is literally 10 minutes before the podcast. So I go to the bathroom, I go out in the front, I get a water, and I come back and he's still doing it. That's when he said that you're going to fuck moolah line. And I was like, he's still going. They didn't give him 10 minutes.
And he's putting over some restaurant chain or something, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, next time you're in Florida, brother, I know a spot.
I know a spot.
That fucking guy. So as long as we're talking about wrestling, which we weren't, but we are, they just had Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan. It's the WrestleMania. It's great. Every fucking year, it's great. I didn't get a chance to watch it. But apparently, once again, it was the best fucking show of the year.
Who killed the business this year?
I'm not surprised. I think the business survived a little bit. Lives to see another day. The business does.
Good business.
Especially in New Japan. No one's going to do crazy, kill the business in New Japan. They'll kill each other with the headbutts and shit. But
let's just kick each other back and forth as hard as we can.
So Chris Jericho's there. He's their IC champ, and he fought a gentleman named Naito. And this is the second time they've wrestled, which was weird because it's like, mix it up. Have Jericho fight a different guy each time. I didn't care for it. But apparently the match was really good. I saw some streamables. Looked fucking awesome. He took a gnarly pile driver on the ramp. And then the next day on Instagram, he's like, yeah, look at my fucking head. And like half his hair is missing. It's gross.
His hair got stuck?
Yeah, something. Like it just got scraped. It was like a thud scrape.
It's that Bosley hair that'll come right out.
But I think the big story for me, my man, Jim. You know my man. Who's my man?
You have so many men.
Well, Well, you don't have to say it like that.
Is it a Japanese man or just
No,
is
he's
he
a Canadian.
an honorary Japanese man?
He's an honorary Japanese.
It's Kenny Omega.
It's Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's my man. And he wrestled Tanahashi, who's up there. I'm kind of surprised he's still in like these main event spots. They had a very good match, of course. But here's the thing. Kenny Omega lost. And people are wondering, it's like, is Kenny Omega going to stick around? Because, you know, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks are starting their own promotion called AEW. And everyone's like, is he going to go to that? Is he going to go to the Fed? Where's he going? What's happening here? So all eyes were on the finish of this match, because if he wins, you know, he's staying. And if he loses, that's how it works, right? You leave, you know, counting the lights. And he counted them clean. So it's got a lot of people wondering, so it's very interesting what's going to happen with Kenny Omega.
That's kind of, I would think at this point in his career, wouldn't you want to just dabble in the Fed just real quick? Just in and out, 6 months, just to be like, yeah, and then I was there, which is the major. You want to be in the majors a little bit, right? Like even if the majors aren't what they used to be.
That's true. Because I think a lot of guys, when they go to WWE, it's like you're an indie guy and you make up your name, and if you do a decent enough job, when they fucking release you, you can survive off of it. But he's a name already.
Yeah.
So I think he could. I think you're right. I think he could go there 6 months, a year, maybe even 2. Even if they've got him doing fucking pre-show matches, because they're the worst booking company I've ever seen. Those 2 years run out, you're good. You can go right back to New Japan. I'm sure they take you. You can go back to AEW. I'm sure they'll have you. Ring of he'd be fine. So yeah, I would love to see him dabble. Royal Rumble's 2 weeks.
Like, I'm sure people didn't think AJ Styles was going to go over there and have any kind of a career. You know, like he was getting late in his career when he went over there, right?
A little bit, yeah. He's in his 40s.
Yeah, so
he's probably 38, 39.
Even like, and he didn't need to do that. Like, I'm sure he was fine. You know, like financially, I'm sure he was. He could probably get booked and make some money at indie shows or whatever. You know, Japan.
Yeah, and it's funny because you're like,
I'm saying like he's not. It wasn't like he's starving. You know, like he was a name. Right. We knew who he was. He was probably making more money than we make. So he didn't have to go over there if he didn't really want to. And
ironically, he probably works more now than he did before, because WWE, they work you to the fucking bone. That's why everyone's dying all the time. Their bones are disintegrating.
I don't know medically if that's what's happening, but
it goes.
It's like dust.
But yeah, he's a workhorse. That's why like Vince really like came around on him. He's like, oh, he's really good. People do like him, and he's a fucking. Like you grab the brass ring, like he'll fucking grab it, and then he'll do a fucking 450 on it. He doesn't give a fuck. I love me some AJ Styles, and I love Kenny Omega, and we'll see what happens with him. But speaking of this AEW, which is Cody Rhodes, Young Bucks, mostly them, they're partnering up with, I think it's the Jaguars owner. Like he's the money mark financing the company.
It's like maybe this will win.
Yes. Yeah, what are the lesser football teams? But word has it that the contracts that they're giving people are very comparable to WWE's.
Ooh, they're trying to do that billionaire Ted.
Very interesting.
Trying to get people over there, huh?
Yeah. So
I think the time of that is gone. The people don't watch TV anymore.
Well, yeah, but people do watch stuff.
That's true.
You seriously, you get a genuine Netflix deal, not like Lucha, where it's like after a year it's going to be on Netflix. There's definitely a way.
And Lucha is its own thing. That's not like a regular wrestling show.
The Bucks and Cody, they did that All-In show in Chicago, and it was very successful. And they had it televised like locally and through some apps and stuff, and they nailed it. They hit it out of the park, and that show. And that little TV deal really impressed a lot of people, including this money fella. So
sold out really fast, didn't it?
Oh yeah, like 12 seconds or some shit. But yeah, AEW, not a fan of the name All Elite Wrestling, but I'm sure it's going to be good. Whatever comes of it. I'm sure the roster will be stacked. I'm sure the booking will be fantastic.
How much money do you think they have for music? Like one day we'll hear like da-na-na-na.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what they're gonna want to do with that.
You know, I
think ahead though. Think ahead about.
I wasn't
the music,
even really
though.
watching, and like I'm not, not a fan of that UFC experience. But man, it'd be so cool. Like wherever he comes back, that would be fun to watch the reaction to that music.
Yeah,
because it's always a bummer when somebody comes back and they have new music. They have to like flash their name on the screen because people
it's like, oh,
who, what, where? Oh, like who's this? Oh, it's Paul White.
you have to put his name in there. It's the Big Show.
Big Show.
It's the Big. Hey, Will. It's the Big Show.
Well.
Yeah, unless like sometimes it's if you play it right, like the Summer of Punk when he had this Fire Burns or whatever his theme song. It was fine. It fit him pretty well. And then he steals the belt and he goes away for literally a week. Comes back the next week to Cult of Personality and the music starts playing. We've never heard this shit before, and everyone's like, okay. And then he walks out, and you're like, well, once you see who it is, it added to it. There was the initial confusion, but then there was a very large pop. So it can go both ways, I think, sometimes.
And if you were doing like an indie show, or not, I don't want to say indie show like that, but let's say it's like a live event where it's not really on TV. Like you could just play it. There's no rules against that at all.
Yeah, have like a different mix so you can take the music out and put in their fucking generic biddle when the time comes.
Oh yeah, there's so little forethought with that when it's like old WCW stuff where they can't play the music for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. It's just a hiss. It's just till he gets to the ring. Oh man,
they should have every song they couldn't get in the video archive for WCW. They should have replaced it with Vince singing "A Sexy Boy."
Yeah,
I'm just a sexy boy.
He should have just done a cover of all of the songs. It's me, it's DDP. Fuck.
I'm a real American.
That'd be amazing. Oh,
everybody's so got that basically is him.
That yes.
The $1 Million Man. He's like, well, pal, you're gonna be me, but you're gonna be wrestling.
Just I'm the Mountie. What were the lyrics of that? I'm the Mountie.
It was like he's the Mountie.
He's yeah.
They were pretty stupid.
He's on a fucking horse. He's the Mountie.
I liked him. I didn't like that song, but I don't know. I liked the bad guy,
the weapon.
IC champ.
I like the baton.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like a good handheld
and they could do
melee weapon.
Cop versus cop action.
Mm-hmm.
Big boss man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from America, brother. Red, white, and blue. And the Confederate flag on my sleeve.
And Nails is like, you locked me up. I was innocent and you locked me up. And I was like, he's got a point. Why are we...
Yeah, that's kind of bad.
Hey, guys. Bossman's cool, but if this is true, we need to investigate this. That was the gimmick. That was the angle. Yeah. You don't remember that because we were 5. But he was just like, you fucking put me in there unjustly. Like, that's insane.
And he's like, oh, quit your belly aching.
Yeah.
When he was a face, did he still have the Confederate flag on his sleeve? Because it was like one of the whatever state he's from or something. It's basically their flag was the Confederate flag.
I don't remember the Confederate flag in general.
It was like a patch on his sleeve.
On his blue, his bright blue shirt.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Like cops have like patches on their sleeves, like the sergeant patch, and it was like.
But you're not talking about like SWAT boss man.
No.
Okay.
Back in the day, boss man.
Vintage boss man. Huh? No, I can hear him googling, and I love it.
Yep.
Because I never noticed it. I noticed his shirt would sometimes just get kind of billowy.
Yeah, that ain't no state flag. That's just a straight out motherfucking Confederate flag right under the upside down sergeant patch.
That's how you know it's legal to do. It's okay. It's upside down.
But in this other picture, it's right side up. What the fuck?
Well, the makeup people, the costume people.
I wonder if it's on the toy. They won't show that side of the toy.
I don't think they put it on there. Please Google it right now.
Toy.
Because I do need to know that. And if it came with a baton.
Oh, it's just showing the new toys. It's not showing the old classic toy we grew up with.
Type in 1990 Bossman toy. None of that Jax shit. Remember Jax?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I had this toy. No, he does not have it. But this, even though this is the old toy, he's way fatter. It looks way more accurate to how he actually looked when they did like the classic Jax toy. He's all like shredded.
Yeah, they didn't care. They went honest with bellies.
Like, well, you're kind of fat, so you're gonna be fucking fat. Yeah, I had this is when he was a heel too. This toy. He had the sunglasses on. That's how you know he's a heel.
Yeah, I was talking to JD, and people know who JD is because he's here every other week because Jim's not. And we were talking.
Excuse me. We had holiday seasons.
I was there.
No, you weren't.
I was there.
Prove
it. I was ready to go. And you're like,
I was there, but you weren't there for me. I get it. Okay.
Yeah. When there was one set of footprints in the sand, it's because I was fucking alone and you weren't there. That's why there's one set of footprints, asshole.
You don't have feet.
No, but we were talking about figures. And he was like, oh man, I wish, it was like this when I was a kid because they have figures of literally, everybody. And I'm just like, who cares? It's like nobody wants an action figure of Zack Ryder and Sin Cara. Who gives a shit? You didn't want that. Nobody wanted a Bash and Booger doll. Nobody gives a shit. They knew what they were doing. They picked their spots. They went straight to the money. And it was always wrestlers that had accessories. They have accessories.
Yeah, he came with a baton. That was his accessory.
Loved it. Did Nails have a thing? Or did he just like punch his hand all the time? I remember him doing that. Ooh, I'm a 1940s villain. Ooh, I'm punching my head.
I don't think he did. Did they bring him out in cuffs or something?
It should have been a shiv.
They did have the match where there was like a baton on a pole match.
Some toilet wine. What's that called? There's a name for it, isn't it?
I know what you're talking about, yeah. Where they brew
Cabernet.
Make the old home brew in the toilet.
Yeah.
Get some old bread. I've heard, I've it on good authority that that's disgusting.
I assume it would be. Not like, did you know top 5 things you think taste like shit but are really good? Like toilet wine. No, I'm sure it's pretty bad.
The person who told me it was terrible, I don't even think drank it, just smelled it. And this person is alcoholic. And it was like, no, thanks. I'm clean now.
Oh man, I love that this is a new show, new name, and it's the exact same. Just 20 minutes.
That's the thing. It always is. That's the beauty.
Wrestling.
The passion, the power, the glory, and the honor is yours. I mean, what?
Now, here's a transition. Big Boss Man eventually had a feud with Doink. Leads us to Double Doink Bears game.
Yeah, that was a hard game to watch for me in general.
It was decent. I was rooting for the Bears. I'm a Packers fan. Everyone knows this.
Right.
But I was like, yeah, go get them. I don't give a shit. You guys.
Nobody in their right mind is an Eagles fan.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I didn't know their head coach was Doug Peterson, the ex Green Bay Packer, until the game was literally over, and I was like, this motherfucker looks so familiar. Who are you?
It was very things didn't feel good for me on that last drive when the Bears just kept giving up first downs. I'm like, yeah, this isn't working out.
I'm surprised they started playing very poorly on defense. Like they weren't finishing tackles. They weren't doing the things that they've done 99.9% of the season. They were tackling like with the Green Bay Packers, fucking pussy half-ass bullshit.
They seem to be getting decent pressure up front, but like that doesn't matter when your backfield is not that great, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and they get in because I watched most of the game with my father, but like the third quarter, I went back to my rooms doing stuff, and the fourth quarter happens, and then there's that drop, like they fucking take the lead or whatever by 1 and stuff, and then Mitch and the Bears, they're like, all right, we just got to get in the field goal range. And they had like a minute or something. So I was like, they're probably be fine. And they had that really good kickoff return.
Yeah, like
And I
almost
was like,
50-yard return or something. It was
I was
crazy.
just like a couple first downs and you fucked up. And because I remember watching that return and once again being a little jealous. I'm a Packers fan. Our special teams are horrible. We never get returns like that. And I see these teams doing it all the time. And I'm like, why can't white guys do that? So the offense is doing their thing, and it's kind of a struggle, but they're they're moving it. They get into field goal range, and it comes down to the kicker. What's his name? Parker Posey.
Porkers.
Casey
Porkins.
Parkey, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna come down to the kicker that missed 4 field goals in that one game by hitting the upright. Dong, 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 dong. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be the best because it's gonna be that fucking. He turns it all around, the redemption storyline, or he fucking misses it. And I was so excited. I went back out to the front. I was like, no, we need to watch this together. This is going to be special. So I'm watching it with my dad. And it was everything I needed it to be. It was everything the moment needed to be. They line up for the field goal. He kicks it. Of course, they ice him, so they call a timeout. But if he completes the kick anyway, and sure enough, it's good right down Main Street. And I was like, oh, that's where you fucked up.
And what I said was, wouldn't it have been some shit because this guy's missed so many field goals if they iced him and he missed it, and then he got another chance, and the reverse happened.
Well, once he made the iced field goal, I knew he was going to miss it. I've seen it too many times, like with Mason Crosby. I honestly, when you get iced, don't even fucking give it to him. Don't give it to the fates, the gods, the opposing head coach. Don't give it to him. Just fucking jog right past that motherfucker. But yeah, so they're like, all right, 40 seconds, reset up, boom, 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 and the snap, good hold. Kick is up, and you could see it going left. And I was like, I think this is gonna this might just miss. And it's going left. It's going left. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be good. I think now. And then bong, and then
you're like, okay, but it hit on the correct side that it needed to, of the upright, and then it hits the cross beam or whatever, and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did think because it hits the left upright. And with the way the ball,
but it hits
the cameras
inside.
were angled, I was like, "Oh my god, he hit it in!" Because you can hit it and it goes in. And I was like, "Oh my god, that's the best way. Like that's the redemption. You don't just make the game-winning field goal. No, you bang it, but you bang it in.
Dong.
That would have been amazing. That's what for a second. That's what I thought happened, and then obviously not the case. And boy, did everyone let him have it. Obviously, social media was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
The fans in the stadium, there's streamables of him, running off the field, and people just, fuck, geez, so loud. And I get it because they didn't know. And there are all the memes, people just really ragging on this guy. And if he missed it straight up, kind of deserves it, I guess. Even though he did put up more than half of the fucking team's points offense,
right.
maybe
score a touchdown or two,
But then we find out very late last night that the field goal is actually blocked. Somebody got a fucking finger on it, and it explains. And it was funny because after the game they're talking to him, and we don't know it's been blocked yet. Nobody really does. He's just like, I can't fucking explain it. It felt like a good kick. I know you want something from me right now. It's just I don't know what to tell you. It felt good, and that makes sense because it really was. It just happened to get blocked at the line. So, I mean, good for him, I guess, because that would have sucked so fucking bad.
Yeah. And then there's the people that are saying, yeah, but it got blocked because it's
low shit kick.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, like, I don't remember Robbie Gould getting blocked too often or missing 5 in a game or whatever the fuck. Like, it didn't bother me. I didn't walk away from that going like, Christ, this guy blew it. Now, obviously, it's all on you in that moment, but they know they don't want. He's not some ace kicker where they're like, oh yeah, we'll get to field goal range, we'll be good. That was like a last ditch effort. Like maybe we'll get to field goal range. Like if they could have just, I don't know, gotten a stop on the drive before that, or if they had have, score more than one touchdown on offense. Like you wouldn't be in that position. Like if this vaunted defense could have done something in the fourth quarter, we wouldn't even be talking about this. 2 really stupid penalties late in the game cost him a shit ton of yards, and then they're just getting gashed that whole last drive.
Ooh.
And then it's like, oh, we got this and I thought like it won't even matter. They're not even going to get in field goal range. They get this miraculous return, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe they could do this. And I'm like, what was it, like a 43-yarder or something? It was not some record-setting. It was one where if it was like a good kicker, you'd be like, oh, this is a gimme. It's over. They win. But goddamn.
Yeah,
you don't want to be in that position where it's do or die, and he's gonna. Like, you fucked up way before that.
He was honestly, he's fine. This whole fucking Parker Posey nonsense was garbage to begin with. Did he have that really bad game where he clanged him 4 times? He sure as fuck did. Did he bounce back? Yeah, sometimes people have a really bad day. Mason Crosby had a really bad day the other year, and honestly, he had a bad season. And they're like, we don't really know what's going on, but we believe in him. He's a good kicker. We're gonna do the thing. And people were pretty upset for just like a little bit, but they moved on. In Chicago, I don't understand. Like, I thought we'd all laugh about the 4 clangers and move on, but every goddamn game they're like, all right, now we're going to show those clangers. Oh, here comes the field goal kicker. Nobody go to the bathroom just yet because this motherfucker. I'm like, he had one bad game. Why is this such a fucking narrative? It was very strange to me.
He's short and he kicks low, and
it was very strange.
He's weak, and Dick Butkus wouldn't have put up with it.
Yeah.
Where was that defense? I wanted a defensive touchdown somewhere in there. That would have made me feel good.
They got a couple picks though. Didn't they got a couple picks, right?
Yeah. They got a couple takeaways, but
one in the end zone. That's a good one.
That's a big one. Touchback.
Yeah.
But that last drive,
I mean, there were a lot
do or
of
die. It's like,
outs.
okay, it's 4th down. They have to go for it right here. It's all on the line. To me, that's where it's like, oh, your defense fucked you. Not like, oh, your kicker fucked you. You know, like if your defense does their job,
that's interesting.
You're fine. They don't even score that touchdown. The game's likely over.
I don't blame the defense. I think it's a very good defense. Yeah, you wanted to play real strong all the way through.
Yeah.
Like I said, they played kind of shitty in the 4th. Maybe they did get tired, not to make an excuse, but they did get some turnovers. The offense was fucking garbage. The first quarter, I don't think they were 3 and outs necessarily, but they were quick early punts, and I'm like, what is happening?
And they had some really good punts.
They did have some really good punts.
Like
good special teams.
Well, what I'm saying is when the star of your team is your defense, and it's like, okay, here it is, Bears, don't let them score right here, and you win. You know, it's not like kick this field goal and you win. Like, no, just don't let them score because you're the Bears defense and you win. And like, oh, we let them score. Well, maybe this fucking guy can kick a field goal.
This fucking guy. Yeah. So that's my note to kickers out there. If you're getting iced, don't finish the kick. You know, don't do it. It's like when a quarterback, snaps the ball and they blow the whistle because there's a false start or something. You know what they do? They throw the ball on the ground. They just dart it right in the ground. That's what the fucking kicker needs to do. Oh, you got ice? Just fucking onside kick that piece of shit ball. The fuck out of here. Oh, man. Speaking of football, the Green Bay Packers, my Green Bay Packers that are bad on defense, offense, and special teams, appear to have chosen their new head coach. It's not official yet, but it does look like it's going to be Matt LaFleur. That's right. Matt LaFleur, the offensive coordinator of... just guess 2 teams.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
No, that's one.
Offensive coordinator. So I think
the tone
of your voice will lead me to believe that he's the offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills.
It's the offensive coordinator of the Titans. Now, I'm not shitting on the Titans. I am, actually. I didn't know they were still a team. I honestly didn't know the Titans were still around, let alone an offense that had a coordinator worthy of a head coach position. But apparently people are like, this is actually not a bad choice if they go that way. He's got a bit of a track record, this guy, of going places as coordinators and boosting some numbers and stuff. So he's an offensive guy, which we all knew that's what the Packers are going to do. Like I said, it's not official. We'll see what happens. Matt LaFleur. So
security guard from Mallrats.
I'm trying to get in here. I'm trying to get it because like Mike McCarthy was around for like 8 fucking years.
That's
so
it.
I said the name Mike McCarthy a lot. Mike McCarthy, fucking McCarthy, piece of shit McCarthy.
Felt like so much longer than that.
So this is like the introduction. This is like the origin of me. Matt LaFleur. God, LaFleur? Matt, fucking. See, all right, I'm going to work on it. I have a feeling I might have plenty of time to do it. So that's some football talk. Packers head coach. The Bears aren't going to be getting Super Bowl rings this year. Speaking of rings, Ring of Elysium.
Nice segue. Nailed it.
They do seasons. Games do seasons now, and there's new content in all the seasons and shit like that, and new rankings and stuff. Keeps it fresh, keeps you motivated in front of your fucking computer screen. Right now, it's season 1 of Ring of Elysium. It's come to an end. I've finished everything that they've put in front of me. As we all know, I was top 100 in Ring of Elysium North American servers, but I love this game because of the content they put out. Season 2 is right around the corner, but before we even get to season 2, they had a Thanksgiving event, a Halloween event, Christmas event. So a lot of it's cosmetic, like the cars look like Santa sleighs and shit like that. It's very festive. It's cool, and there's other little things to play around with. It keeps the game fresh and entertaining. But right now they have they've added like 2 new like modes, which one is like the ice storm is always there. Well, it's not always there, but it hits the entire map, not just certain sections. And you have to have like wood and stuff to start a fire to keep warm, otherwise you will die. So everyone's fighting over wood, and like the map is cut into more than half. That's very intense mode, very fun, very cool change of pace. Thank you for giving your players something else to do. But now they're doing a little murder mystery event, and I love some murder mysteries.
Okay, I heard you talking about this last night when we were playing Overwatch. How does this work in a game like Ring of Elysium? How do they do a murder mystery in this first-person shooter?
I will explain it. It's pretty simple. It's very interactive, and by very interactive, I mean there's one bit of interactivity. You kind of when you fire up the game, it's like, hey, you're doing murder mystery, and you click on it, and it opens up a little browser, and you put in your username, and it's like, all right, here's the cases. There's 10 unsolved cases, and right now there's only one case active because they're gonna do it week by week. So it's like our case number 1, and it's just like, man, we got these bodies dropping. I think I saw somebody by the fucking donut shop in Ring Mountain City. That's crazy. Somebody said, they saw something strange at the ski resort. So they give you like 3 clues, and in the game you go to these locations and you'll find a letter.
Oh, are they making that like content that's just floating around in the game relevant now?
Yes,
that is so cool.
I love it.
Because when I was playing, they would have like there'd be like a book or a newspaper or a note or like a journal entry about like, oh, the storm's coming. I'm like, this doesn't.
Yeah, this isn't a gun.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're having fun with that. And like I said, there's 3 locations and there's 3 letters. Now, because when you get the correct one, you get a code, you copy it and paste it into the browser that I mentioned, and you get case file number 1, and you get a whole bunch more lore and stuff. So you're on the case. But what I like about it is, so the 3 locations, I can go to the ski resort and I find the letter at the ski resort. It might be the one that has the key that I need to copy and paste, or it might not. It's random. So like I can't do this and be like, oh, Jim, you just need to go to fucking Ring Mountain City, do boom, boom, boom. It's like you might need to go to all 3 of them to get the one that actually triggers. I've been lucky in getting them on the first go, but that's not how it goes. I just like how they go about their business. This fucking game.
Are you guaranteed to get it if you go to all the spots,
Yeah, one of them has it.
no matter what?
You might get lucky and get it on the first shot, which I was. You might have to go to the second spot, and if you're unlucky, you gotta go to that third one.
But it's not like you could go to all three of them and then randomly it's not there, it's not there, it's not there.
No,
Okay.
one of them will. So that's what I'm doing. Season 2 is a week or two away, and we played. Well, I played PUBG for a very long time before they added a second map. These motherfuckers already have a second map coming out with their season 2 drop in a couple weeks.
Ooh, what is it?
It's a jungle thing.
Yes.
There's a volcano. So instead of a storm, it's going to be like volcano ash, which is
awesome.
the reason. Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to figure out the ins and outs of the map and how to go about getting top 100 again in season 2.
Now, is season 2 just this map?
That's a very good question. I don't think so, but holy shit, that's a good question. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, remind me when season 2 comes out because I'm going to want to throw that on. It's not that I don't like the game. I'm on Overwatch. I'm level, like, what am I, 53 or 4 or something now?
Yeah, you're getting close.
I want to get to that silver before I die. So I just grind away.
I was like where you were in December when I was like, I think I'm going to get it by Christmas. And I sure as fuck did. You just have to, you play an hour a day or whatever, and you win. You play with some good people and fucking stat up.
Speaking of playing with some good people, a friend of mine that I've known for almost 20 years came over on Saturday. His name is Scott. We worked together at Musico Round back in the day, which was a used instrument store. And he was this badass drummer guy, but he liked all different kinds of music. He wasn't really a metal guy, and I was basically like almost only a metal guy. But we got along, and personality wise, but it just didn't click when we played together the one time. And then flash to like 20 years later, we're both married. We both got 2 kids. Now we start writing songs together. So he came over on Saturday. We're working on a bunch of originals together, which is weird because I've never been comfortable co-writing songs with people. And this is just working out. It's just clicking. It's just making sense. He's like, I'm looking for a part in this. I'm like, oh, a part like this? And he's like, exactly like that. So now I sort of have like an incentive to work throughout the week. I make sure I play every day, come up with some kind of idea to send to him. And then he sends me ideas. And then, like a month from now, we'll get together and work on more ideas. And that was just went really, really well. And he was sort of impressed with the setup I have. I don't have a ton of equipment, but it's like a pretty cool layout down here. And it got me thinking, I would like to do some studio work for other people. So if anyone is out there listening and they know somebody that needs their songs mixed, or maybe they need somebody that needs to track guitars or do some singing, I have a studio available and we can talk about it. And then I have this idea for this project coming up. I don't want to give too much away yet because it's still early, but it's going to be really good for whoever wins this contest.
That's cryptic almost.
It's sort of cryptic, but it's like I've got all this knowledge, I've got this equipment, and I feel like I can help somebody out. No strings attached. It'll be good. So once I have more information and I sort of have a name for things, I will reveal more on the podcast about it and look for some things on Facebook, facebook.com/JamesJRSongs. But it's been going really well. I've mixed a song for a friend of mine. I got people to share a post. And it organically, just for them sharing it, it reached 2,000 people.
Jesus.
Okay, it reached 2,000 people. and I still have not gotten anybody that is interested in me mixing a song for them. But I got 2,000 people to see this post.
Yeah, that's a good start. It's all about targeted ads.
Sure.
Kids, school,
But I'm a
people who
friend.
need that
I'm
stuff.
friends with a lot of musicians. They're friends with lots of musicians. It's just, just talk to me. Send me something. Ask me a question. I'm getting nothing.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Let me mix some stuff for you. Let's do this.
Cool. Yeah, I couldn't imagine like writing with someone else. Even just like screenwriting shit. I feel music's probably a little even trickier because it's just like, I need to look. What's a funny line about Battlestar Galactica? Good one. But I don't know, music seems trickier. It's like that feeling deep down in your soul when everything just kind of hurts, but you're trying to climb out. What's a good? Where you going?
I think the only reason it's working is because even though we haven't really kept in touch in person, we've kept in touch this whole time. We know each other. What we know what each other's strengths and weaknesses and likes and dislikes are, and we're both very eclectic in what we like. Some people are sort of into what they're into, and then they shit on other things, or some people are into a lot of stuff, but if something falls outside of what they like, they'll just have certain bands where it's like, oh no, fuck that band, I hate them. It's just never really been like that.
Yeah, you have a broad and diverse range of sources.
Yeah, so we were talking about Creed the other day on Overwatch.
Yes, we were.
And
people are never going to play Overwatch with us. It's like, it sounds like a bad time.
It was funny because I nailed it right on the head. One of our friends was like, "Oh yeah, how many records did Human Clay sell? You won't believe this." I was like, "I don't know, like 11 million." He's like, "How did you know?" Like, I don't know, it just seems like an 11 millionaire. I don't. It was 1999. People were buying albums. It seems like about an 11 million. Here's what's funny when you look back at this. That was their second album. So their first album, My Own Prison, the cover was a photograph of this guy in a corner. It's sort of like a black and white photograph. It says Creed in the corner. Like, it looks like a rock album cover. Okay. That album surprises a lot of people. It does really well. There are 4 singles on it that are big. One of them is in Halloween H2O for 4 seconds. What's This Life For? And then there's also Torn was a single, My Own Prison was a single, and One was a single. So then their second album is like, hey, that was a surprising success, but they're still working with the guy who helped him on the first album, which was sort of like almost like an indie album, right? Second album doesn't really sound great. And the cover art for Human Clay, when you go from their first album, photograph cover, to their second album cover, pull this up, please, if you're listening, pull this up. Bring up a high-res image and look at the cover of Human Clay. It looks like some shit a kid made in high school in 1999 in like a digital media class.
Yeah, this is what I get on Fiverr, and I've pissed them off with my smart mouth. They're like, yeah, you'll get it real quick. Here it is.
Yeah, and if you okay, so here's my bigger problem. Human Clay comes out. It sells 11 million copies. That's ridiculous. That's diamond. That is like rarefied air of album sales. I mean, not for the time. A lot of people were selling 10 million albums. Like, if you were a huge album, you're Britney Spears, Eminem, blah, 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 NSYNC, you're selling 10 million, which is good. But now it's like, if you sell 1 million, it's a miracle. So back then it was different. Anyway, you would think then this second album is a smash success, huge album. They're worldwide superstars at this point. Look at the cover art for their third album, Weathered. It looks like some GeoCities Creed fan site. It's like,
it got worse.
It's their faces like chiseled in
on
a tree.
And it's the worst fake tree I've seen.
Doesn't it look like hot dog shit. I mean,
See, I don't think you get it. There's someone's being chiseled. They're being broken off the bark of the tree, and in the background, there's a man chopping down another tree. Do you get it?
yeah, I get it. It looks like absolute dog shit.
It looks like shit.
But Scott and I were talking about Human Clay and how, like, yeah, a lot of us had that album. We don't listen to it now, but you know, you're 15.
We don't
16,
display it.
You're like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Like, this is a big album, big follow-up album. Everybody had it. Now, I didn't own it, but because my mom owned it, so I just listened to her copy.
Yeah.
But there are people that like will just, I don't know. I don't go back and pretend like I wasn't on board with something just because I don't like it anymore. And I can't stand when that happens. Like, don't pretend like you didn't have that LFO song or whatever. Like, whatever your version of that is.
I've owned my Insane Clown Posse. You know, got to lead into it.
Yeah, you got to own it.
I understand it's not great, but I was there. I was there.
Yeah, it's just to go. This is what blows my mind about the music business. To go from selling 11 million albums to you haven't come out with an album in 11 years or 9 years or something.
Yeah, where are they at?
Like, God, that's golly.
It's because they're working on the new album art. It's gonna take a while.
It's gonna take some kid 40 minutes to make.
It's like I can't get MS Paint to load.
You couldn't.
Yeah, this is bad.
I mean, that flew. That was like somebody saw that. Here's the thing. My Own Prison, it's like, okay, it's a photo. It's not the best album art in the world, right? But it's sort of like, okay, it looks like a sort of solemn rock album cover.
Which one's that? My what?
My Own Prison.
Might as well look at
It's
all
just
of
a
them,
guy. It's like an actual man. It's a real photograph.
It's a photo. It's not some.
It's not some.
work.
It's not some T1000 coming out of the road.
This one's almost worse, Jim. Because it's Creed, My Own Prison, and it's a guy in the corner of a room holding his head like that. Like that's his. Is he in a prison or is his head?
That's not the point.
Head the prison.
The point is
that's what's hurting me right now.
It's a photograph.
Yes, visually, yes.
Yeah, and it you're like, okay, I get it. It's a picture. How do you go from that to like the worst shit you've ever seen, and then you're like, oh no, it's not. It's not. Here's the worst shit you've ever seen.
Ooh,
Somebody signed off on that. These people are making millions and millions of dollars for the recording industry, okay? They made a record label from nothing into a gigantic record label for 5 years. And then somebody saw like, you imagine you're getting like proofs for Human Clay and you're like, is this like a concept? They're like, no, that's it. Okay.
I don't know if the
go.
years. Yeah, somebody should have fucking said something. Evil only succeeds when good men do nothing. Somebody said that. I don't know if the years line up, but do you think this is sort of, I wouldn't say inspired, but definitely influenced by Gorillaz? Because this kind of has like a cartoony look, and maybe they were trying to get in some of that, like blend the world.
I would say it's a little ahead of Gorillaz.
Okay.
99.
Okay.
That album came out in 99. Even our friend Mike, who's now like a super, like only listens to hipster indie music stuff, he had Human Clay. He bought that. Bought it. Had his own copy. Bought the album. That's how it sold 11 million albums. No one would buy that now. Weird, right? But yeah, no, it was, I want to say Gorillaz was like 2000-ish. 2001, 2002, and this was 99.
Yeah, well, see, now you just got me curious about where's Creed been? What are they up to?
Scott Stapp did a solo album in 05.
Because I'd love for them. Because look, like you're just saying, the whole fucking narrative. They were there, hot shit. I'm sure some people were poking fun, but they they were very popular. That's how you sell 11 million. And then a bit of a laughing stock. Creed, my mouth with mouth wide open. People having a good laugh. Shit like that turns back around. It's like
or it doesn't.
So or sometimes sometimes it don't.
Sometimes it don't.
Sometimes it don't.
It's weird, man. So the three guys that weren't Scott Stapp and Creed formed another band
Hmm.
around like 2004-ish, 3, 4, something like that, called Alter Bridge.
Oh yeah, they did Edges.
So Alter Bridge
I'll be damned.
with Miles Kennedy singing. But then they came back. Then they had this Creed album in 2009. I would want to say that's probably all the other guys. So Creed had a different. They had one drummer for the first 2 albums. Then they switched drummers. But Alter Bridge is the old drummer from the first 2 albums, like their guy. You know, it's my boy. We're gonna start this new band. I'm getting my boy to play drums. So maybe there was a problem with the singer guy. Who knows? All I know is, do you remember when that video came out with him and Kid Rock?
No, I don't
Google.
think so. Okay.
Don't watch the video now, but just Google Scott Stapp Kid Rock video, and you'll find results. There's a video out there, and it kind of ruins the quasi Christian rock image.
Oh, they're doing a show together?
Yeah, they're doing a show together, but the video is a backstage video.
Creed singer and Kid Rock together in sex tape?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
It can't be.
Well, don't know how that's on YouTube.
And then he calls him by his kayfabe name, Kid Rock. He calls Kid Rock Bob. And he's like, it's good to be the king, Bob, isn't it? Something like that.
Man.
I want to say that was like 04, 05, somewhere around there.
Now, when you said Google this, did you mean Pornhub this?
I mean, you'd have to.
Gee.
Oh,
see, he watched
screaming.
it. He watched it, and he's just like, I didn't want to see that shit. You got to warn me better than this. So,
well, their winter vacation is over as of today, and he's still not used to the fact no, and then you keep going back to school now. That whole not being in school for 2 weeks thing is over till the summertime.
There's a lot of teachers out there doing the same shit now.
Oh, they were last night, big time.
Fuck.
And then, of course, everybody, how was your break? My 3 days off was great. Oh, you had to work? Yeah, and you knew I did. And you asked me how my break was anyway. Fucking sunt.
I like that. So we talked about the one thing we always talk about, wrestling. We might as well talk about the other thing, you know?
That we always talk about?
Want to talk about that other thing?
Halloween!
January 15th, it comes out on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K Ultra HD.
Whoa.
If you've got one of those machines.
I do.
Among the more than 30 minutes of new bonus content, 7 deleted / extended scenes will be included. But unfortunately...
Don't say it. No.
It looks like no commentary tracks.
Damn it.
I actually didn't read ahead, and that just broke my heart.
God, does it say that, or you just didn't see where
it does? No, it does say that.
Oh, no.
Because there's a list of features that I'm about to read off, and I didn't think to read ahead to this little prologue here, and it really just bummed me out. I can't believe they're not having a... Are you fucking... Is this a scam? Is this like just get it out quick, and then we'll put it the Haddonfield edition that's got the commentary tracks? I'm hot. I'm just gonna rattle off. The bonus features for this DVD include the deleted / extended scenes, extended shooting range.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know what does that mean.
Well, you know, when she's warming up, practicing and stuff in the trailer, they show her shooting a little.
Is it really just gonna be her blasted off? Because I'll watch it. I'm a gun guy now.
I know.
Shower mask visit. Shower mask visit.
What?
What could that mean? What is shower mask visit?
Oh,
jog,
you know what? It better not be.
Scenes?
It better not be. The female reporter is taking a shower in the hotel room, and he puts the mask on.
Oh, he does a little scare, huh?
Just thought I would scare you a little bit.
I like it. Do you think he has feelings? Jog to a hanging dog. Jog to a hanging dog.
So is that Allison is running and runs into a hanging dog, or a dog, or is it during the day?
I'm trying to remember when there was a dog to begin with. Who had a dog? Bob.
I want to say, don't they have a dog?
Shit. We'll find out. Allison and friends at school. Thank Christ that was cut. Did not need more of that.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hey, man, are you going to that party later? Oh, I'm going to lick you.
Cameron and cops don't mix. Who's Cameron? Is that the boyfriend?
I don't remember.
Is one of the friends probably because it's not a main character. Cameron and cops don't mix. Oh, I think it might have been the little tubby guy. I
Oh,
think it might be
okay.
the tubby guy that gets got. Deluxe Bon Mi cops. BANH. Then an MI. Bon
Oh,
Mi
yeah,
cops.
they're eating those banh mi sandwiches.
Oh fuck! Oh God! Is there an extended fucking cut of this conversation where they're just fucking
It's really the
vamping
bread.
and just yes-anding left and fucking right about this, and it's just like my wife.
a
I'll tell
brownie.
you, tastes like her bunions. Ugh.
That wasn't a line.
Sartain and Hawkins right along.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, give me more of those
that.
two. Give me more of those two. And then we actually has some of the features back in Haddonfield making Halloween. The original Scream Queen, which I assume is a little Jamie thing. The Sound of Fear. The music, I'd imagine.
Please.
Journey of the Mask, which costume stuff, and The Legacy of Halloween. So some decent little featurettes on your 4K Ultra release here. But you know what you don't have?
Would you shut up? Go ahead.
You don't have John Carpenter talking about the movie.
And that's all I wanted. You could take all of that other shit and set it on fire and just give me him talking. They don't even have to be talking about the movie. Just talk.
I don't
about
want it.
hockey
I don't want
practice,
them to. I don't want to. I've seen the movie. I know the movie. Talk about anything else. Talk about your day. Oh, if he had a podcast, he missed out. He missed out.
I'd want him
Blazing
to
with
talk
John
about
Carpenter.
other pitches people have given him throughout the years to like do a remake or whatever. Hey, John, I got this idea. Like, oh, this one guy had an idea to bring Halloween back, but it was going to be in space. And I was on
Told him to go
board
fuck
for a
himself.
minute.
Oh man, yeah. His if he had a podcast, it would just be like shoot interview.
He's
with
like,
this
yeah,
guy.
well, they had money and I needed to work, so I did it.
So that comes out on the 15th. I'm still gonna get it. Yeah. No, last time I'm gonna say it. Super bummed about the commentary track
Me too.
aspect. So let's plug it up. You got some good plugs in there before, but we can go twice. Instagram at Dale Zawada. Lot of the pictures and videos. That's me.
You can follow me on Instagram as well at James JR Music, and you can also follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/JamesJR Songs. You can also follow my band on Facebook. We are called Dad Bod. Look for Dad Bod. The picture is of a dad bod, so you'll know right away. We have a show.
Jim, please superimpose your faces onto the belly like in the tree picture of the Creed album.
I don't superimpose things, but I'll find someone who does.
Please. Oh.
We have a show coming up on January 25th. We're back at Hailstorm Brewery in Tinley Park, Illinois. Show starts at 6, and we'll probably play till 10, something like that. So definitely look for that event on Facebook, January 25th, Hailstorm Brewery, Tinley Park. Dad Bod returns.
Yeah, I'll probably be there. So if you come up and talk to me, I will probably run away.
Also, if you know anyone that is a singer, songwriter, guitar player, looking to do any recordings or have any recordings mixed, or they need somebody to produce something for them, let me know. Reach out to me.
Friends helping friends.
Yes.
You know? So that's going to do it for the first episode here of Jim and Dale Live. We were living.
Jim and Dale
We were living.
live.
Fucking Scott Stapp and Bob were fucking living too. By the looks of it, it got me very upset. So, all right, share this episode. Let's get this thing going here. Thanks for listening. I'm Matt LaFleur.
I'm the king, Bob.
Bob Condom.
don't think so. Not in the cut I've seen.